Below 100 is a challenge and a recognition that each officer death is a tragedy. It's our duty to face down death and protect the innocent when called to do so. Below 100 is an initiative to reduce police line-of-duty deaths to fewer than 100 per year. Below 100 has identified 5 key tenets which can improve officer safety. Those 5 are: number 1, wear your belt. Number 2, wear your vest. Number 3, watch your speed. And number 4, win, which stands for what's important now. And finally, number 5, complacency kills. In the following videos, you will hear firsthand from officers who are alive today by following these principles.
On December 1st, 2007, just before 3 a.m., I was involved in a head-on collision with a drunk driver on Interstate 71. I had just left an OVI stop and was on my way to the police property room with a flask of alcohol. For most of my career, wearing my seatbelt was hit or miss. Most of the time, I didn't wear it. My patrol duties were in Columbus, in a North Linden area neighborhood during third shift. I didn't really feel that a seatbelt was necessary. On my way to the property room, I took I-71 southbound. For whatever reason, I put my seatbelt on before leaving. I didn't see the wrong-way driver until impact. All I remember is headlights, sudden darkness inside the cruiser, and the cold night air rushing in. The cruiser had crushed all around me. My legs were under the dashboard. My boots were wrapped up by the floorboard. When heavy rescue medics finally got to me, it took them over 30 minutes to cut me out. Our accident investigators added both vehicles' closing speeds and estimated the impact to be between 130 and 140 miles per hour. The miracle is that I walked away unhurt. Had I not been wearing my seatbelt, there's no doubt I would have been killed, leaving behind my wonderful wife, 2-year-old son, and 1-year-old daughter. For police, wearing your seatbelt should never be optional. Wearing it will save your life. Not wearing it could change your life forever. So please buckle up every shift, every call for service.
I'm Justin Conley with the Mount Orb, Ohio Police Department. On January 3rd, 2010, I stopped a vehicle for a turn signal violation and after field sobriety test, arrested the driver for OVI. A few hours after conducting a breath test and releasing him to a sober driver, I was working on paperwork for what I believed was a routine traffic stop when I decided to step outside and get something from my patrol car. It only took seconds for me to realize that I had just stepped into an ambush set by the male drunk that I just released. He shot me in the back from 6 feet as I exited my police department. My body armor stopped the round and kept me in the fight for my life. After the 21-round gunfight was over, the suspect was stopped and I was released from a local hospital just a few hours later. By consistently wearing my body armor, I was able to return home to my family and hold my firstborn 3-month-old son in my arms. I can't stand to think of the outcome that night had I not been wearing my armor. I ask that you set a positive example for each and every officer and to take an individual and collective responsibility for the decisions that contribute to safety. Please wear your vest and make it home safe.
I'm Trooper Katie Fuller, and on May 16th, 2010, I was involved in a serious injury crash right here on State Route 161 and State Route 4. I was responding to another injury crash when I approached the curve too fast and I lost control, traveled off the left side of the roadway and snapped a utility pole in half. You know, that night I made bad decisions that resulted in consequences that I had to pay for. I'm blessed and fortunate enough to survive my crash, and I believe that's because I was wearing my safety belt that day. With the decision-making process in regards to my crash, you know, I neglected to focus on what is important now. You know, I'm running lights and sirens to an injury crash. I'm not paying attention to the roadway. I'm thinking about just getting there. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do when I get there. And I wasn't focusing on, you know, what is important now, which was just getting to the crash. I broke my neck, and I also broke my right knee. Couldn't do the job that I love to do because of it. You know, I was in rehabilitation. I was in a wheelchair, unable to walk for 3 months, and I was in a halo for 4 months. And you know, at that point in my life, you know, I lived on my own. I had to move back in with my mom because I couldn't even take care of myself. I do still think about the crash, especially coming up on curves. You know, when I do make a sharp curve and I am in a hurry to get somewhere, you know, I still feel that pit in my stomach where I think and I remember what happened. And in regards to, you know, physically, you know, when I run, I'm an avid runner, and it's not the same. I can feel the difference in my knee where, you know, I have metal plates and screws, and it's not the same as what it used to be. It's a daily reminder for me.
Thank you for watching the St. Louis County Police Department Emergency Vehicle Operations Training Program. We hope you have enjoyed this presentation and will take away from it some important safety tips and reminders to make good, sound decisions while operating your patrol car. By following the St. Louis County Police Department General Order on Emergency Vehicle Operations and implementing the 5 tenets of the Below 100 initiative, we can make a difference. And the time to start making that difference is now.